Maria Elena, can you hear? Just testing the mics.
Yes, I can hear. Thank you.
Yes, we're good. No. If you guys want to turn the mics. Yeah, sure. It's not on.
Okay. One.
Leave it on because first thing we're going to do is a little.
And again, I'll give it.
Okay, I'm going to call to order the October 8th meeting of the Woodstock Town Board, being 7 p.m. And first order for business, Commissioner, Chairman of the Fire Commissioners, Jeff Delisio, you have a little presentation or message for us? Yeah. And if you want to just hold that mic up, the folks at home will.
I gotta have it all the way up here.
Perfect.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm Jeff Delisio. I am the chairman of the Board of Fire Commissioners, which takes care of your fire and EMS in the town of Woodstock, also a firefighter for over 40 years. I wanted to come up before the board because we had in the past had a liaison from the town board that kind of kept up to date what was happening with the fire commissioners. It's our budget season, and for the second time in 2 years, we're going to have a significant increase in the fire budget. It's going to be up about 12%, and we're going to crack the $2 million mark for the first time. We were at about 1.96. This year will be a little bit over 2.2. The reason being, as many people do know, there is a significant problem with EMS in the county, actually in the state and in the country. And we're augmenting our fully volunteer organization with paid paramedics and now paid EMTs. In the past, we've had significant EMS support from Amatec, and Amatec runs our day crew. And with the exception of weekends and holidays, they pick up the ambulance around 7:30 in the morning and return at about 4 in the afternoon. And they run what we would consider a full BLS crew with a driver and an EMT. Amatec is down to 1 EMT. So that means that we need to bring EMTs in place to cover that. So the budget increase this year is almost solely dedicated to the increase in career employees in the EMS side. So those career employees will now give us a paramedic and an EMT 24/7 to supplement and augment the dwindling volunteers that we have in EMS. Fire is okay for now. We still need more volunteers. All of us are getting old. We're not getting a lot of young guys that want to come in and jump in burning buildings and firefight. But right now, firefighting is 100% volunteer in the town still. We'd like to keep it that way. But again, we have an obligation. And just the obligation of the Board of Fire Commissioners is to make sure that the town of Woodstock has exemplary firefighting capabilities, fire suppression capabilities, the ability to respond to all emergencies, and EMS. And we're one of the only fire districts in the county to have EMS as part of the fire district. And we are coordinating at this point in time with the county so that there's a potential we can offset some of the costs that our taxpayers have. Now, the cost that the taxpayers have is actually a readiness cost, because we have to have our EMS, and I'll speak mostly to EMS at this point, we have to have our EMS at the ready because we cannot count on mutual aid from other districts to come and support us in our endeavors for EMS in the town. So most of that budget is so that we have people on duty, rigs available, and can respond in a timely manner. We are looking at helping some of our neighbors. We do support the countywide mutual aid program so that if one of our neighbors has a, we're only talking adjacent, we will roll if we have the capability, meaning we have enough people to cover the tent. So we're also looking at, working with the county.
His mic is not working right now.
How about now?
Now it works. Thank you.
Okay, got to get it closer. I thought my mouth was big enough, but I think we got it now. So we're working with Everett Erickson to see what we can do to incorporate ourselves into the county. Why is that important? Because if we do that, then we will make sure that we always have ALS service, paramedic service in the town. As the county starts to roll things out, and you're looking at probably 3 to 5 years before it gets totally incorporated, there's a possibility that the county may put a plan in place and take the resources and move them around so that we may not have paramedics in Woodstock. But I think that this board of commissioners we have now is dedicated to always having ALS located in Woodstock, including looking at a new ALS building that would be district owned. As some of you don't know, but all the outlying districts buildings are all owned by those companies. The only building that's owned by the district is the main firehouse. So we're looking to put a main EMS facility up there as well that would house our career people, because the housing for our career people is modest at best. So that's just what I wanted to bring to the board, and would like everybody to be engaged, including the public. The 15th of October is the public hearing on the budget. The commissioners meet monthly at 7:30 on the second Thursday of every month. And the commissioners are an elected position, a volunteer, non-paid elected position. And a commissioner is up for election every December. So this December, there'll be an opening for another commissioner to come in. So that's the election. I want to say it's the second Tuesday in December, but I'd have to check on that. Yeah, our elections? Our meeting is second Thursday of every month. The actual is definitely on a Tuesday. So thank you very much for having me.
Jeff, thank you very much for coming up. Good luck with it. I will give you guys a little pat on the back. A number of years ago, I want to say it was Pat Ryan put together a committee to look into EMS and ALS and ambulance service for the entire county. And I called upon him to put a Woodstocker on there, particularly a commissioner, and Donald Allen stepped up. And, my whole emphasis is that the town has it right. We have a good system. And I think they're realizing that, and they're trying to.
We're the model for the county.
Yeah. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I have a few resolutions. Be it resolved to transfer $100,000 from the highway fund unassigned fund balance to the highway repair reserve, 0.003, and be it further resolved to transfer $400,000 from the highway fund unassigned fund balance to the highway mountain truck capital, 0.003, and be it further resolved to transfer $122,330.30 from the highway fund unassigned fund balance to the highway equipment capital reserve, 0.002.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Whereas the town of Woodstock recognizes the threat that natural hazards pose to people and the property within the town, and whereas the town of Woodstock has prepared a multi-hazard mitigation plan hereby known as the Ulster County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan in accordance with the Disaster Mitigation Plan of 2000, and whereas the 2024 Ulster County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan identifies mitigation goals and actions to reduce or eliminate long-term risk to people and property in the town of Woodstock from the impacts of future hazards and disasters. And whereas upon the adoption by the town of Woodstock demonstrates a commitment to hazard mitigation, achieving goals outlined in the 2024 Ulster County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan, now therefore be it resolved, the town of Woodstock Town Board in acceptance with the New York State Constitution, Article 9, New York State Municipal Home Law adopts the 2024 Ulster County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved to schedule a public hearing for amendments to the Woodstock Town Code, Chapter 245, wastewater districts for November 19th, 2024 at 7:05 PM at the Como offices, 45 Como Drive, and be it further resolved to authorize the town clerk to place a legal notice for said public hearings in the official town paper. So, I did send you all.
It's difficult to hear you.
This is something that DEC requested a month or so ago. They've been having issues around the state, not with the town of Woodstock, where sewer districts have been expanded without their approval. So they want each community to adopt in their local law that regulates the district regulations that indicate that the DEC needs to be involved in the permitting process. So I did send that document out. Basically, anything over 2,500 gallons a day is within purview to review. So that's a big change, but it also spells out the design. So it is beneficial, be beneficial for the environment and the health, safety, and welfare. So that meeting November, and have that document before. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's still very difficult to hear you. If you can please speak into the mic.
I literally have it right up to my mouth.
He's eating
Okay.
the mic.
Be it resolved to facilitate the town board's directive, Kenneth Pans is hereby appointed as climate smart coordinator.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you,
Aye.
Ken, for stepping up.
Yeah, and I would like to thank Ken because he steps up in so many ways, and he's very much an anchor for so many environmental things. So certainly thank you, Ken, for stepping up.
I have one other resolution. I thought I had it on here and I don't see it. It is an email that I sent you guys about the payment schedule for the station bar. So let me read it, and then if you have any questions, I'm happy to respond. Be it resolved, the town board approved the following payment schedule for in lieu parking fee with the station bar as follows. 9 payments of $450 each for a total of $3,600 made quarterly starting December 1st, 2024 and ending September 1st, 2026.
Well, I'll second for purpose of discussion.
Okay, so actually, Lauren, you were on the planning board, so you'll remember when businesses expand in the hamlet, sometimes required to have additional parking. The station bar did go through site plan review for an expansion there, and got all through their approvals, subject to the town board accepting a payments plan. So they were not able to provide enough parking. They need 4 more spaces. We charge $900 a space for those that are lacking, and requested a payment.
Well, so
This is pretty common.
Yeah, I know it's common, and I understood, and I saw the email. So that will finish their payoff. Is basically the point, right? They're not going to pay yearly for it.
No, correct.
It'll be a payoff. So, and I also know from my time on the planning board that there is a concern in general, and also because I'm still attending Complete Streets meetings. You know, parking is such a worry in town that the in lieu of, I guess the idea is by a business giving the in lieu of money to the town can use that money to make better parking, maintain parking lots, etc. Although we still do have an issue, parking is so tight. I was looking for a parking space today, and the streets were full. I mean, this is a Tuesday, and it's not even the middle of the season. And although it is leaf picking season, but you know, the parking is an issue. So I know from my time on the planning board, there is some sentiment that says somebody can pay money, but that's not giving us more parking spaces.
No,
So,
well,
so
you-
there's a bit of a
you-
worry
you-
about where we're
You,
going.
however, could make the argument, and it's, I think it's a valid one, take Mountain View parking lot. That used to be a free-for-all, and the town took the funding that we raised through the in lieu
Yeah.
of fees and organized it with the bumpers, which now delineate the parking.
Right.
And we're able to get far more cars in there on a weekend. Potentially, we could do the same thing at, say, the lower parking lot.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if we have that we do this now, but shall we buy? I think you get about 30 parking spots. You know, this is what these funds.
Right.
Serving.
Can't hear.
So,
Yeah, okay. So, and I guess so I'm gonna vote yes. I'm gonna
Okay.
vote aye. However, my point is, we ought to be thinking as a town, at what point are we really out of parking spaces? So we really can't offer in lieu of, because we can still offer in lieu of, as you're pointing out, there's more opportunity, but there may be a point where we're just totally out of parking areas, and businesses that need more parking because they've expanded their business. Maybe that we may run out of, the money doesn't give us more parking spaces. It just gives us money, but at
Well,
some point. we're
that's
gonna
an
run out of parking
interesting thought,
spaces.
and, considering we're talking about doing away with parking in the middle of that.
To make it better for pedestrians.
Yeah, so.
Everything's a
it-
balance.
Everything's a balance.
Everything's a balance. So
Any
anyway,
other questions from the board? Yes.
Can you repeat their question? We can't hear it.
I wanted to know if this was earmarked funding for maintenance and repair of the parking lots, because several people have come to me and they have specifically said that the disrepair in the Mountain View parking lot is really dangerous and for their cars bad, as well as this parking lot. So how much is earmarked?
It's all earmarked. It goes into a trust and agency account solely for the creation, preservation, and maintenance.
And does the town do that, or is that the highway department who
Well,
is in charge
The
of
highway
that?
department is the town. The town does,
Who does the maintenance?
I'm
Is it the
telling you,
highway
the-
department or the town maintenance?
the highway department typically comes in and raids that. They've already done it twice this year. An ongoing battle, especially with the heavier rains. So I suspect
But-
that
but
at some point we'll have to pay that.
So give me a minute then. The money comes into the town of Woodstock, and then we transfer it to the highway budget.
No, the highway would send us a bill for any work they do.
Okay,
And then that's the bill.
great, thank you.
You're welcome. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Public be heard, Jacqueline?
Jackie, were you able to record my aye votes for every resolution? Okay, thank you very much.
Hello,
Hi.
Iris.
Hello. Hey, just a quick comment on the town-owned properties that you're looking for affordable housing. You know, the housing committee puts out an email. I've seen in the paper. You've talked about it. So the list is not quite. I guess the description of the list is not quite accurate. That you're looking at only town-owned, because if you look at the list,
There is one on there.
there is one on
Left out.
there, and that, of course, as you know, is Woodstock Commons. And so if you're going to keep saying town-owned, you should be accurate and say and private, because you don't own that. Or the better solution would be to just take it off the list, and then you would be town-owned only.
Thank you, Iris.
Okay, now, second thing, isn't there land behind the rec field that is town-owned?
There is.
There is, so how come that is not an option?
It's a wetland.
It's a wetland?
So
Is that why
the
we,
youth center, in their investigation of that property, we engaged the services of the architectural firm. They did a wetlands analysis,
Uh-huh.
and we had even less usable land there than we anticipated.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, maybe that's why we used to freeze it over and we used to go ice skating there.
It's a possibility.
Everybody. I just want to make a public service announcement and tell everyone that the Woodstockers United for Change are having a water town hall tomorrow night, 6:30 at the community center. All are invited. We have a good panel of people that are very resourceful, and so you'll be able to ask your questions. You'll be able to go right up to the microphone and ask your questions unfiltered. So please try and come. It should be great.
Who is the panel?
There are a bunch of different people.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
are some people from state agencies, some people that are hydrologists. So, yeah. Should be.
Linda, where's the location and the time?
It is 6:30 at the community center
Thank you.
tomorrow night. Thank you. All are welcome.
Pick up the mic.
The doors at the town TV station still haven't been fixed. We have stoppers there. We need to for both doors.
Sure? Were you over there today?
They haven't done it. And I talked to the maintenance guy.
What did he say?
He said that he never heard of it. That he never told him, but I told him. Oh yeah. You know, lots of people are asking me why not in town. I don't know.
What's wrong with the
Here,
flags?
I mean, never there. And
Someone asked me.
permanent.
I think they're coming down in November, so they're not permanent.
Permanent here. But the
The pole, the poles belong to Central Hudson, and Central Hudson. And actually,
yeah, but that's imposing of the population.
the American flag is imposing on the population.
Of course, it's imposing on everybody else.
I think, Fanny,
I don't say that it's not
Fanny,
country. It's my country.
thank you.
You know, I will.
Thank you, Fanny.
I don't have to. That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Fanny. Now Mike is gonna come.
Well, it's a song about town. It's called Nobody Really Knows You When You're Gone. And you folks at home, because there's no mic saying, you'll be spared this.
Not true, Michael. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Nice too.
Thank you.
Laura, I believe you had,
Yeah, I have two announcements. Make sure I'm still on here. So as I mentioned at a previous meeting, the zoning revision committee is working on the short-term rental law, and we put out a survey. I said it was coming last time. It's there. There's a stack of postcards on the clerk's counter over there. When the doors are open, you can get it. But if you need more postcards right now, Jackie might be able to get us some more. But here is one of the postcards. It has on it the website that you can go to take the survey. It has on it a QR code. So anybody can walk up here with your phone and get a picture of the QR code and take the survey. So hoping for inputs, because by having the survey, and it covers a wide variety of questions, and it has room for write-in comments. So the zoning revision committee is hoping to get a sense of where is Woodstock? You know, do we want things stricter? Do we want them looser? We really want to hear from the people and see what is on people's minds before we bring a proposal to the board. We want to have a sense of what people think. So that's the one thing. STR survey is out, and do take it. The other thing is the library vote is coming up in 2 days. Right? This is the 8th, right? That is on Thursday. Thursday, October 10th. The last election to be held at 5 Library Lane, because the library is moving out to 10 Dixon Avenue. So there is information about the election. 5 Library Lane, polls open at 12 noon, close at 9 p.m. day after tomorrow. And if you won't be there in person, you can stop by the library before then, any day this week, and fill out an absentee ballot. So that is the news. Library vote, always very important for people to weigh in on the library. They have directors being voted on. They have budget being voted on. Important vote.
thank you, Laura.
And thank you, Melanie. Yes, Melanie's got, if you go to the town website, poof, it's going to be right in your face. So very, very good point. It's right there. Thank you, Melanie.
Okay. With that, I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.